What's going on, guys? We're back with a brand new video. In today's video we're back with another AFL redraft. You guys have been absolutely loving these AFL redrafts, so as long as you guys keep loving them, I'll keep on continuing to do them. Comment down below which one I should do next, and don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below what you think of my redraft, and comment your own redraft after you see mine. So I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get straight into it. At number 10 I've gone with DARCY PARISH. He was originally drafted at pick 5, but I'll have him going at pick 10. He's not been a bad winger. He's been probably made the fastest impact into this group of players, and he broke out into the scene straight away. And I think they were still doing their little scandal, the Essence scandal, and he came in and made a real big impact. So I have him at number 10, but he could easily get better because he still has a lot of career left in him. At number 9, I have Harry Mackay, and he originally did go pick 10. You guys are probably shocked, and before all these early CALLUM fans go down below and start hating on me in the comments, it's not that, like, when he's at his best, he's at his best. Like, he looks like one of the best young key forwards in the comp, but surely you CALLUM fans agree with me, when he's off his game, like, he's pretty much useless. And sadly, so far in Harry Mackay's career, more than half the time he usually does have a horrible game, but he showed later signs at the end of this year or in 2020 that he is a very good young key forward. He is 204 centimeters, and he showed that well, so far this season, apart from Levi Casbolt, he showed that he's probably the best young key forward that they have. At number 8, I have Jacob Hopper, that was originally picked 7, but he's probably one of the most underrated players in the comp. Not many people know about him because he's kind of in a star-studded midfield, but he's really shown his impact and actually getting more midfield time, which is always good, and it's a hard thing to get the Giants. But now that they're kind of almost not going into another rebuild, but they've kind of got worse after losing like Jeremy Cameron, and they did not make finals this year, and he really was a bright light for them in a pretty horrid season, and this could be a big reason why GWS can run up the ladder really quick next year. At number 7, I have the original pick 3, which will end up being the Rising Star winner from this draft class. He's shown a lot, but I feel like he's already hit kind of his peak. He's not made the developer into going to a midfielder yet, and I don't know if he ever will. He's a very good half-back though. He's not a bad one. Has not broken into any All-Australian considerations yet, but he was probably broke out into the scene quicker than anyone else. But I have a go at pick 7 because I feel like he's almost already hit his potential, but who knows, if he goes into the midfield, he could change that around. At number 6 is Charlie Curnow, that was originally picked 12, and I already know that there'll be a dislike already on this video as soon as I looked over and they saw that Charlie Curnow was number 6. But I'm just taking into consideration that even though he does look very good when he does play, it's just he's struggling to get into the park, and it's not really his fault, but I feel like that kind of holds him back because I don't think he's played 50 games yet, which is, compared to some of the other guys on this list, they've already played like 100 games and all that, and I know that he's already had 2 ACLs, and he probably will miss most of the upcoming year. But he does look good when he does play, but that's the problem. And after he's had 2 ACLs, I don't know if he will return to the Charlie Curnow we knew when he broke out into the scene. So Charlie Curnow's a really iffy one, but I do have him at 6, which is still a very good rating, especially when you see the players coming up next. But yeah, I do have him going at number 6, so hopefully CALLUM fans do agree with me on this one. At number 5, I do have Jay Gresham, that was originally pick 18. And there'll be a lot of people that will kind of question this decision, but if you look back on this draft class, he's kicked the 2nd most goals out of anyone in this draft class in goals, which is absolutely ridiculous because most people didn't really take notice of him that much. I think people kind of started to realise how good this bloke was in 2018 when he was a primary small forward, but he's recently traded into a midfielder, which he's still trying to find success, and he did miss pretty much the whole year this year with a back injury. So he'll come back, and with the addition of Brad Crouch, he could probably transition back into a midfielder. Back into a small forward, because that's when he looked like his best. I think he kicked like 40 goals his 2nd year in the AFL as a small forward, and he's kicked I think 100 goals already, or more than that already, his career. So interesting to see what this bloke becomes in the future. Next up is Eric Hipwood. This man has been very, very good for the past couple of years, being the #1 guy for a team that finished top 2 in the past 2 years, which is so impressive. Don't think anyone could have seen this coming, especially how skinny the man looks, but he is absolutely a gun. His pair of hands are great. The only real weakness to him is his kicking ability, like for set shots. He's better on the run than he is on a set shot, which is not something you usually see from a key forward. But he kind of has a bit of, he can kind of rover the ball also. And with Joe Danaher coming into this team this year, this will let him free from being the #1 man in the midfield, in the forward line. And you can see what he can do with it, someone that can help him out. Next up at number 3 is Josh Dunkley. That was originally picked 25. And this man has broken onto the scene after his first couple of years being a tagger when Western Bulldogs originally won the flag in 2016. But it has now developed into a big body midfielder and has attracted the likes of Essendon that tried to trade for him and almost gave up the house for him, but could not get him over the line. It'll be interesting to see, because Josh Dunkley won't be getting enough midfield time. Then when he really broke out, he turned into one of these absolutely great midfielders. And people have him in a future Brownlow contention. Out of all the midfielders that are in the Western Bulldogs midfield, they have him as the #1 Brownlow contender. Which, when you have a midfielder like Bont in the same midfield, people do rate Josh Dunkley really highly, and so do I. At number 2, I do have Jacob Weitering. And if we're going off one season, this bloke would probably hands down be #1. But I could not put him at #1 just quite yet, just because this is his first breakout season. He was struggling in the early stage of his career and he looked like an absolute bust. And shout out to Jacob Weitering for totally changing his career around and being one of the better centre half backs in the league. He almost was an All-Australian this year, and if he would have got the All-Australian nod, I almost would have chucked him in here at #1. But right now I do have him at #2, and if we redo this probably in another 2 or 3 years, he could easily be #1, and we look back on this like, how did we not have him at #1? Especially by the way that he's shown his talents this year and really shown why he was picked 1 originally. So at #1, I've gone with Clayton Oliver. He was originally picked 4, but this man has become probably one of the best midfielders. I'm pretty sure he was a All-Australian in the 2018 season. He's been an absolute ball magnet. I think he's had multiple seasons of averaging 30 plus disposals, which is elite, and I think he's like 22 or 23. So this man is an absolute magnet. So I don't think he really can improve on is probably his kicking, but he's doing that day by day, and he's practicing it, because that's pretty much like his only main weakness, and the fact that he doesn't hit the scoreboard. So he has so many more years in the league to be able to improve that, and then he'll become an actual superstar. But right now, I reckon he's an absolute star, and he's definitely the best player in this draft. So that's the video, guys. Make sure to drop a like and a subscribe. We are on the road to 300 subscribers. Thank you so much for getting us to 200 subscribers. Comment down below what your redraft would be, because I'm no expert, I'm no journalist, I'm nothing like that. So comment down what you think your top 10 should be. And yeah, that's me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed.